Hello guys, welcome back to the crew. Today they came up with a new patch and I can tell you it kinda sucks. It has a few changes for the photo view thing and also free drive challenges. You can save now as favorite and therefore always can do the same route, that way that you don't have to reset it all the time. So you can set it as a favorite. But here is a problem. They also come up, apparently I am assuming from the next qualifier or from the next summit, you can do FD stunts or free drive stunts with bikes, with some sort of scoring, with points I guess. You can do front flips, back flips, you get points for that and stuff like that. But the problem is this. You already see it. I haven't changed anything on my settings. Normally I can start from that zone here, 0. So I can start here, normally just drive away in a bike. And now this happens. The front wheel lifts off the ground, the back wheel spins like hell. Braking, not that good anymore. Turning is a mess. You cannot turn around in a street. I'm here at this point. You do not make the turn. You simply don't make the turn. Just turning around on a street is not possible anymore with this Ninja bike. Unless I go really slow, tapping the throttle and meanwhile hitting the brake as well. Otherwise, if I just go on the throttle, this happens. It drifts away and it hits the fence on the other side of the road. At low speed it really sucks. I have the dead zone at 0, all the rest at completely to the right at 100%, sensitivity and all that, but I always had it like that. The thing does not brake anymore. It has nothing to do with the rain. I tested it on the dry, it's the same story. I fully hit the brakes, the rear wheel locks now. If you hit the brakes, and it kinda slips away and stuff like that. And not only the bikes, only the also the car setups had changed. It's spinning wheel, still third gear now, rear wheel that is. Trying to make the turn here. It might help for a slalom, although I doubt it. If you lean forward it's kinda okay. Then you could still maneuver it all the way around. Leaning forward, that's okay. But the braking is a big problem, and the turning from start. Just cannot make the turn because the rear wheel spins like crazy. You cannot turn around on the street. So here we go. Even if I just tap the throttle, it's spinning in the grass. Off-road, you can drift with it. You can counter steer with the bike, off-road or in dirt or in the grass like here. Just like you would do with a car, you could sort of throw it around. It's drifting, the bike is drifting in the grass. And you can keep it in a sort of a donut drift if you want. If you counter steer and steer left, steer right. You have to tap the brakes to make it really steer. Otherwise it ain't gonna happen. It's as simple as that. It wasn't there before. And I have sensitivity at maximum, dead zone at 0, so I don't know what to change here, but this really sucks. And this came with the new patch today, and I think it's sort of an extra that they did to make the stunts happening in the next summit in the new free drive stunt thing with bikes that they came up with. Nope. You cannot turn around. You can really not turn around from one side to another, unless you really just tap the brake, tap the throttle like I'm doing now. Just small taps on the throttle. Really slow speed, then you can turn around. You sort of have to hit the brakes and sort of make a donut turn. And I'm just drifting like I would be with a car in the grass. I'm drifting like crazy with a bike. That's with the Kawasaki. I'm gonna take another bike. I haven't tested the other bikes yet. Gonna see if that's the same story, but probably will be. BMW, which normally has a good handling. Nope, same story. Cannot turn around. Real wheel is spinning and you just hit the fence. This might be a possibility. Just thinking. That would make the bikes less OP. Although at high speed the handling is kinda the same. The biggest problem is low speed. And braking. Big problems with braking as well. Yep. I do not like this patch. But it's done for stunts. I mean, I can do a wheelie. I've twisted it earlier with the Kawasaki. You can do a wheelie, if you control it, you can do a wheelie till 4th gear. Which was not possible before. Because then the front wheel way more than before. You flip over doing the wheelie, and then there is something else. Where is the map here? Not on the highway where that's supposed to be, but I'm not leaning forward, just to let you know. It's not the way that where I need to be. I need to be on the highway section. I did a pre-dive stunt earlier, pre-dive challenge that is. I think it's this highway where it has sort of bumps. Spinning wheels. If you start with the bike, it spins the rear wheel now, which it didn't before. And I need these bumps here on this section. I know there are a few on this highway, but I'm not going fast enough, I guess. As you can see, at high speed it's kinda maneuverable. But this is the other story. It doesn't jump on these bumps, it kinda lifts the front wheel. So, which means that at some point you're really driving at 370, 380 kilometers an hour on your real wheel. Which also means if you drive with a cockpit view like I do, that you not see anything, because you get like the speedometers in your face, so you're not don't see where you're going. Try to show you here, but with the least bump that you can find, you have that problem here with this thing. Maybe it's less with BMW, but it was there with the Kawasaki before. Braking is a real problem. Off-road you can drift now with the bike, and you can easily control it. You can easily control that drift. Just counter steer like you would do with a car. Now I'm gonna take a car and see if it's the same. Another thing I've noticed, monster truck. Cockpit view. Look at the wheel. You can control that pretty easy now from cockpit view. Go left, go right, whatever you want. The thing does it. Easy to maneuver. So it might not be for the worst. If you did before with a monster truck, you had to do, you kind of had this effect. It spun out, which is not the case now. You will need the handbrake to make it happen now. You can just see, if you only steer to the right, make one big turn instead of slipping away at the rear end. Easy to maneuver the monster spec now. Bikes on the other hand, well, way worse, especially at low speeds, which might be an issue for yeah, whatever. Meanwhile I get arrested, let's pay the fine and get it over with. And so this was a quick video on the new patch. I'm gonna test another car. I don't know. Why not take the M4? Way more controllable. You have to go off throttle to make it spin. And I think I've shown it in previous video that this was not the most stable car around. This can make the turn though. Although not really. Nope, you need to tap the brakes to make it happen. You want a small turning radius, you sort of have to tap the throttle. Well, I don't know if it was the idea, but they did something about the handling of this car. I haven't changed anything in my settings. I'm still driving the same as I was always driving them. And especially the bikes, it's a problem. Anyway, quick video on the new patch, which made some changes for the better perhaps in the free drive stuff, but for the worst in the handling if you ask me. just my opinion, and maybe you can get it together by fiddling around with the settings a bit, which I'm not gonna do. But it's not as easy to drive anymore in this game, unless you make some changes, I guess. That will be it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.